Just this past week, my wife decided to get a gift for the RV, and that was some WeatherTech floor liners, which we could use when we're boondocking or in a muddy situation, and would protect the original Mercedes-Benz floors. And these supposedly are good for all Sprinter chassis, the Dodge and the Mercedes-Benz. And so I had always been interested in these, and in fact had actually asked a lot of people about them because I hadn't seen them being used very widely among the Sprinter chassis RVs. And so we decided to try it. They are expensive. $217.90 was the best price that we could find. Usually they're over $220 with postage. And so this is, you can see them in the box, and we'll give you a little rundown on how it went. Okay, first things first, let's get the old floor liner out of there. You can see it's carpet. It gets dirty awfully easy. In fact, that's cleaned, and you can see it still has some dirt spots on it. Well, you can see what it looks like on the ground. Again, you can see the dirt by the driver's side, which is on the left, and the back part where it's very traveled from the driver to the rear of the RV. And that's cleaned. That's pretty much what we didn't like about the original Mercedes-Benz liner. And this is what we wanted to try to avoid. So we put it on the ground, and the next thing you're going to see is we're going to put the WeatherTech right next to it so we can compare it and see if it is really going to fit. You're looking at the front section actually, which is quite a lot bigger than the original floor liner from Mercedes-Benz. And this was my first point that I was started to wonder if this was going to be right, or why I was going to have to do a lot of cutting. And I didn't remember those humps in the center, so I started to wonder right away if this was right. One thing I did really like was that the color, the gray color, almost perfectly matches the gray color of the Mercedes-Benz Sprinter chassis. Okay, you can see from this, the back portion, the comparison between the two are a little bit better than the front, but I'm still concerned because of the length of the back portion. I'm also concerned with the cutout on the how one is narrow and one is wide. The original one is wide, but I went and looked, and it does look like the WeatherTech rear panel will work, at least around that's a seat bracket that has to go around. Okay, here are the front and rear sections of the WeatherTech right by themselves on the ground. I have still concern about how they match up. If you'll notice, there's kind of a seam there that really doesn't match up. It looks like it might end up being a trip hazard. And that middle section on the back, I don't know what that is because I've never seen anything like that. So anyway, let's put it in and see how it works. The first thing we learned is the seat backs have to be all the way back for this to work. After that, it's just muscling it. Here's a look at the finished product. I'm still concerned about the corner where the driver's seat is. I'm taking off the instructions. Good time to be looking at the instructions. Let's see if we can get you a shot over to the other side. So that's pretty much what it looks like. And it actually looks good around that hump. We'll put in the back part through the RV, and even at speed up time, you can tell this should be an easy process, but unfortunately it's not. This is what I feared. It is not working. Well, I'm not handy, but I'm not giving up. A little measuring, a little, well, cutting. I don't think my lifetime warranty is going to be any good on this $75 piece. Ugh. I hate to even think about it. But here goes. That's as good as I can do, but you know, they still don't go together very well. You would think there would be a way that they can somehow fit together. Well, so here are my conclusions. The fit and finish of these is great. I mean, very good around the hump, which I was a little concerned with. And on the passenger side, it's, I would say, very good. There's no door, it should be noted, on the passenger side. So if you've got a Sprinter van with a door on that side, you're going to have some of the problems I'm going to point out on my door side. If you have a Class A Sprinter that does not have a door, you will be in better situation. The first issue here that I'm kind of disappointed at is the fit and finish of this, where the front piece, the main piece, which is here, comes together and meets this back piece. And I just have it resting here. It doesn't seem to matter if I put this on top or this on top. It looks like this is a trip hazard either way. So it's not going to be an elegant thing to do, but I'm going to probably have to use gray duct tape to make this functional. And for the money that we're paying, remember this is total cost is over $220. I was expecting a little more. However, this is going to be a lot better than what Mercedes-Benz originally sold as optional carpeting. The last issue that I have is how this all seems to fit together. It doesn't seem to be blocking anything, so that's good news. Certainly the brake pedal is fine. But what I don't like here is, again, you have the trip hazard because of the edges, and WeatherTech makes this so that all the slosh, mud, dirt will stay inside of this tray. Well, that's fine and good, but the reality is it doesn't help with the fit and finish of the final product. So, do I, as I said before, I think this is at least the front piece is a much better solution. For those of you who are really handy, maybe this back piece could be done better by hand, by improvising something. But in any event, that's the final solution that I came up with, and it's $220 that we spent. Hopefully it'll work.